All right, you're welcome to today's podcast. This is Mend Your Mind podcast, and I am Uche Anyasie, the founder and CEO of History Foundation. Today, we'll be talking about the essence of alternatives. The essence of alternatives. Why you need an alternative. All right, what is alternative? Alternatives is other way of doing things. It's other way of doing things when you have something like a plan B, when you have something like another like a substitute. It's something that can easily stand in place of something else. Not like it will be called the same thing, but it can easily stand in place of something else. Like you want to cook now, you cannot say sugar is an alternative of what's it called? Sugar is not an alternative of salt, because you cannot salting a food with sugar. You cannot bring out the taste of a food with sugar. It cannot work as much as salt will do it. So in life, in everything you do, in any endeavor you put yourself into, you should find an alternative. Yes, finding an alternative is not, I don't trust the person I'm with, I don't trust this, I don't trust that. As a married person and someone in a relationship, you have to have an alternative to the person you are in love with. This is not you having another physical figure of a person. Like maybe you are a guy now and you want to have an alternative of a lady that you're dating. You want to say, okay, if this lady if this lady is not giving me the vibes, is not giving me the needed vibes, not giving me love, is not showing me love or something like that, you would go to the other lady. No, that is not the kind of alternative we're talking about here. The alternative we refer to here is you having some other things to bank on, things that want to make you feel like, okay, that's the end of your life. That is all your life can offer. If you go to the hospital today, the reason why we have different drugs for just one thing is because there are alternative drugs. One drug cannot just do it alone. One cannot do it. Two heads are better than one. One drug cannot do it. When someone is suffering from pain, any kind of pain, there are usually drugs they used to prescribe. If you're an adult and you say, okay, I don't like injections, let me just take drugs, they'll prescribe drugs for you. But if it's a child, they might give the child injection, and they also prescribe drugs, that's tablets, capsules for the child. There are several ways these things work. Look at your life now. What is that thing you're doing that seems like that is the only thing you're doing? Investors, people who invest, let's talk about investors now. People who invest into businessmen and women, they don't depend on one business. This doesn't mean that the one business that is fetching them a lot of money, they don't value it. It doesn't mean that they don't trust that business, but there are tendencies that business won't continually offer them what is offering. So at that point, they have to get an alternative. What is that thing you're doing that you've not gotten an alternative for? And one of the reasons why so many people fall into depressions today is because the only thing they've placed their mind on failed. They don't have alternatives. They just depend on one thing so much that if that thing seems like it's failing, their life is finished. Like that is the end of it. And in the Mend Your Mind Foundation, we care about your mental health because we understand that things like this will affect your mental health. It will make you start feeling so down, and your daily activities will be suffering from it. Your life as a whole will be suffering from it. Your relationship, your business, your self-esteem will die when you start when you start getting too much disappointment from the only thing you place your mind in. That is why in the Nigerian setting now, we don't depend on PHCN's lights, which is fondly called NEPA. We don't depend on their light anymore. Like if you are in Nigeria, and most of these local places in Nigeria, and you are depending your life on what NEPA can offer you, sincerely be ready for super disappointments. That's why you see so many people is that they are using solar lights, or they are using generators, or they are using other things to charge. Some of them will charge up their power banks, and even someone like me, I use power banks because I don't depend on light. If it were to be that light was going to come the way it's supposed to come, I will not need to buy any power bank. If it were to be light to be stable, we will not need to sell generators. We will not need to even sell solar lights. It will not be necessary if light was stable as it should be. So this is the essence of you finding alternatives to the things you do. Begin to find the alternatives that you need, and I believe you will definitely find it. Alright, you already know my name and you know this brand, you know what this is meant for. I'll be expecting your questions wherever you see this video, and until then, I want you to keep winning.